Alright, so I posted on my Instagram that I was very close to 2,000 sales on Etsy, and by the time you watch this video I probably hit 2k because it's only 5 sales left for me to celebrate my 2,000 sales on Etsy. But I actually got this question from one of my students. She is a student in the Passive Income Academy and she's also on my mentorship program. So she asked me this: how long did it take you to get consistent daily sales and what did you do to get there? So first of all, this student of mine, she made her first sale quicker than me actually, because when I started it took me a long time to do my first sales and they were not consistent at all. But before we head into the video, if you are not following me on Instagram yet, just make sure you follow me there. My students are on fire there. They are launching their Notion templates, they are launching their Etsy store, and I would love to chat with you as well. So just a little bit of backstory. If you're new here, my name is Letitia and I started my Etsy shop in May 2022. That was when I launched my first Notion template, and it took me around nearly 3 months to make my first sale. And I wasn't expecting it actually to make a sale because I was not investing any time on social media or in Etsy ads, or I didn't even tell anyone about my shop. I just launched my product and I completely forgot about it for nearly 3 months. And I only knew that I made a sale when I was traveling and I got a notification that I made my first sale, and I actually got a 5-star review as well. And because I wasn't using social media, my sale came from Etsy SEO, so which means that people were looking for the keywords and they found my template. Now let's head into my student's question, which was how long did it take me to start making daily sales? So to be very honest with you, I'm gonna be very open and I want to give you realistic expectations, because if you go on YouTube, you are going to see a lot of videos that are just telling you they're going to make £1,000 a day, or you're going to make 100 sales a day, something that it's not realistic if you are just starting out. And today I am making daily sales for just over a year now, making daily sales consistently, and it took me time to get where I am today. So my first sales, they were very spread out, so I just made a sale here and then maybe 2 sales a week in the beginning, because I wasn't using any social media at all. I didn't tell anyone about my shop, I wasn't, driving any traffic. That was when I decided to start Pinterest. So I really invested a lot of time into creating pins and linking to my shop. So that was the only way that I was getting traffic to my Etsy shop. So it took me around 6 months to start getting more frequent sales. And by that, I mean like 10 to 15 sales a week. I consider frequent, especially if you're not using social media like I wasn't. And our very realistic expectation, I would say it's 1 year to get consistent sales. That was pretty much my case. I was making pretty much consistent sales but not daily sales. And in December 2022, my shop was getting a lot of sales, and that was when I started to get daily sales consistently. And that was because December and January, people are looking for planners, they are looking for ways to get organized, they are excited about the new year, so it's this whole thing. And there's a lot of search for Notion templates in this time of the year, so it's very hot time to sell Notion templates. And luckily my shop was ready for it, because I spent the entire year, like since I started my shop, I was working on it. Even though I wasn't making sales, I was so excited working on my shop that I just kept improving my product, kept improving my image listings. My first image listings looked horrendous, and I just kept improving, kept testing. So December was actually the first time that I made more money selling Notion templates than on my full-time job on the NHS. So if you don't know, I work on the NHS. I am a healthcare assistant, And you know, working for the NHS is very heavy, very stressful, because we don't get paid a lot and we have to work a lot. So every shift is about 12 hours and a half, and you are always on your feet, always walking around, dealing with all kinds of patients. So it can be very stressful. And to be able to make more money selling my own Notion templates, doing something that I am really passionate about, it was something so important to me, and that really opened my eyes for the possibilities online. And not only that, in January was the first time that I went back to Brazil since I moved to the UK. And I haven't seen my family for like 4 years. So I went back to Brazil. I didn't tell my family, I just made a surprise for them. And whilst I was there, enjoying my family, enjoying my life in the beach, you know, living my best life, I actually made even more sales than December. And all that was extra money because I was, of course, full-time employed, and all that money was extra, so I could do anything I wanted with it. I could travel, I could invest, I could save for my long-term goals, and that made me really excited. And I wasn't working at all in January because I was, of course, focused on having fun with my family, so I wasn't working. And that thing, Etsy, just kept working for me because I did the work previously. I spent my entire year working on Etsy when I was on my days off, improving my products, improving my listings, learning about Etsy, and that paid off. But realistically, I would say it takes about a year to start getting consistent daily sales, and I am in this point now. Etsy is not even my priority anymore because I have other things going on, but I make daily sales on my shop, both on my shop on Etsy and on my website, and it's something that keeps working for me. But you have to do the work before, you have to keep working even though you're not getting sales in the beginning. And this is where most people give up because they don't see the results right away, so they just give up, and of course they're not gonna get the results in the future. So what did I do to get to 2,000 sales on Etsy? So as you know, it's not just one thing that makes the most difference, but I think the main difference that made my shop be successful is the product quality. So the customers, they have a good experience, so they leave reviews, and I always work on customer service. I try to deliver the best customer service I can, and since the beginning I message all my customers. These days I don't do this anymore a lot because I don't have time, but I wish I could do it. This is actually something that you that are just starting out can do, and it's how you stand out because no one does that. So message your customers, everyone that buys from you, just make sure they are happy with it. Just go one step further, offer help, thank them for choosing your shop, for supporting your small business, and give a bonus or give something that they will feel like, wow, this seller is amazing, I want to leave a review. And I want to, when they need something that it's on your niche, they'll probably go back to your shop again, which is what happens to me a lot. On Etsy you can see returning customers, so you can see customers that bought from you like 6 months ago and now they are buying from you again, and this is gold. So yeah, customer service, offer excellent customer service, message every customer that makes an order, give a bonus to your paying customers. And this is a bit tricky because you don't want to give just a random bonus to your customers. You want to give them something valuable, something that they will pay for. So think about who is your customer, who's your dream customer, what are they struggling with, and give a bonus that it's solving that specific problem. And this is gonna make a big difference because this makes the customer be so amazed with your shop. They will want to leave a review on your shop, and this massively helps your shop. All right, the other thing is keep improving your product, because I would say the product is the number one thing that you have to keep improving, keep working on, because it's what's going to make or break your shop. If you have a good product, people are going to love the product, they are going to leave reviews, they are going to share with their friends and recommend your shop, and your shop is just gonna keep growing. But of course, you don't start there. It's not your first product that it's going to be a bestseller and the most amazing product. So you need to keep working, keep creating, maybe do a challenge. This is what I did when I started. I challenged myself to create one template a week, and it was really hard, but I done that for a month. And because I was getting so used to creating templates, that's how my templates got better, because I was creating a lot. And this is what I recommend to you too. You don't need to create like massive templates, only one template. Just focus on solving a problem with each product and keep improving. That's how you're gonna get better. The other thing is design. So I know even if you don't have design skills, it's very important that you have a good eye, so you can see what's it's just basic design principles like blank space, make things readable, and basic things about design is super important on Etsy, especially for digital products, because they can't see your product. You need to show them in a way that it's appealing to them. So design is very important, and you need to keep trying different thumbnails for your listings. Keep improving your listings. Every time that you go and tweak something on your image listings, it gets a little better, and you can get inspiration from bestsellers, but just don't copy them exactly, because there's no point. You can just get the aesthetic and get some ideas and inspiration of what it's already working. All right, random question now. Do you drink coffee? If you do you like with sugar or no sugar? So for me, it has to be black coffee with no sugar, and I absolutely love it. I hate, sweet coffee that is very sweet. I hate it. I like to taste the coffee taste. I love it. Okay, the next thing that helped me to reach 2,000 sales on Etsy was actually not focusing on sales goals, because in the beginning I was tracking my sales and I was really like setting sales goals. Oh, this month I want to do 100 sales, or this month I want to do 50 sales, 200 sales, or whatever. And what happened was I got really frustrated, because some months I literally did everything I could. I was sacrificing my weekends, I was not going out, I was not doing like anything for me apart from going to the gym that I go pretty much 5 times a week. But I was not socializing, I was sacrificing a lot of time to invest on my shop, and some months I couldn't hit my sales goals, and that was really frustrating. So instead of setting sales goals, set action goals, like how can I do, what can I do, like things that are on your control. So for example, this month I'm gonna create 100 pins for my listing, or I'm going to improve all my thumbnails, or I'm going to improve my product, I'm going to create a new product. So set goals that are actually on your control. And when you are struggling with sales, I do recommend you do like 24-hour sales on your shop. So you can test this and see how it works for you. But when I have, like, let's say I have a listing with 20 people with that listing in their cart, so I just want to boost and help them to make that decision and buy the template. So I'm just gonna give like a 30% discount, 40% discount, depending on the price that you are offering. And also stay active on your shop, especially on the first year. Don't just launch a template and forget about it, and because that doesn't work. Etsy is a competitive place, and you need to be competitive as well. You need to find ways to stand out, and you need to stay active. All right, just 2 more tips is branding. Branding is super important on Etsy these days, because it's what makes you different. It's what makes you people want to buy from you and to stay connected with you as well as a brand, not just buy the product and forget about it. So invest on this as well. You can get started very quickly using like a Canva kit. In Canva you can get branding kits, but really think about ways that you can brand your shop and create a flow. So if you're using like fonts, just pick like 2 fonts to use across your entire shop, fonts and colors, and use them in your entire shop so everything is cohesive. So I've got a message on my Instagram these days from, she's not my student, but she actually was complaining about because she wasn't making any sales. So I went to her shop and everything was like completely disconnected. The banner was one color, the product listings were another color, and different fonts in every listing. It was completely not cohesive at all. So you don't want that for your shop. So yeah, invest on your branding, and have some basic rules that you follow on your listings in your entire shop. And the last one, I'm just gonna be very honest here because Etsy is not my priority anymore. I am helping my students to get started because I believe Etsy is a great place to get started because it has no upfront cost, it's very cheap. They offer you the entire system for you to just get your product up and running, and you can focus on other things. But I moved out of Etsy. I still have my shop in there, but it's not my priority at all. It's been months that I don't post any products, and even though I'm not active in there, I am still getting sales. I could be making more money there if I were more active, but I'm not, and I'm choosing not to be because I want to invest more in my own branding, on my own website, on creating content like this for you. And I slacked a bit this year on Etsy because, as I said, was not my priority. But if you are starting out, this is something that you need to choose. Where do you want to focus on? Because focus is so important. If you are spreading yourself so thin, like doing TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Etsy, so many things at the same time, it's impossible because we also have a life. So if you're doing all those things at the same time, it's impossible to keep in the quality. So pick your focus and stick with it for at least 90 days. And I can't wait to see your results. I can't wait to see you making sales on your shop, and you absolutely got this. If you have any questions for me, make sure you follow me on Instagram and you can ask me questions there. Imagine receiving sales notifications when you are on your 9 to 5, and well, this is possible for you too. So that's why I created a all-in-one Notion template based on my experience, based on all the testimonials that I've got on my shop. There are basically more than 300 testimonials, and I totally understand that you want those things but you don't have the time to create that from scratch. So that's why I created an all-in-one Notion template based on my experience, based on testimonials that I've got, people asking for features and all those things. So I created this all-in-one Notion template with a commercial license, which means that you can customize this, add your own touch to this template and sell on your shop as your own. So this is gonna save you so much time, and it's going to be so much fun because you can create any designs that you want, focus on the creative side of it instead of like getting anxious about a blank page that you can't get out of it. Okay, this is a template that one of my students created in one day, and this is a student of mine. She has a baby under 12 months, so she's a busy mom, and she managed to create this template in just a few hours actually, because she created during nap times. So if she can do this, you absolutely can do this as well. And this is another example of another one of my students. She's amazing. She created this beautiful template in a day as well using the PLR template kit. So if you want the PLR template kit, it's going to be on the link in the description. If you have any questions at all, you can always ask me. If you got any value from this video, please leave a like below and subscribe to the channel so you can keep receiving videos like this. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye!